cooperative banks, regional rural banks, all are members of this association. And throughout the country, we are spread in all the states. About 4 lakhs of employees are members of our union. And we are known to the people not only for fighting for the betterment of the bank employees. That is our duty. As a union, I have to fight for my members, better wages, better benefits. But more than that, we believe in Aibea that in India, banks have an important role to play because India is a developing country. So banks have an important role to play. So the founding leaders of the Aibea, they decided that our union also should fight for a proper banking system in our country, proper banking policy which will benefit the common people. And particularly we experienced that banks were only confined to rich people. Bank branches are open only in places where rich people were there. In rural area, small places, banks were not there. Banks were not accessible to the common people. And also there was no security for the people's money in those banks. They used to keep the money in the banks and suddenly those banks collapsed due to mismanagement. So many banks were there. There were more than 700 banks in our country before we became independent. But during the 1940s, we found many banks overnight collapsed and people lost their money. So we demanded that there should be some security, safety for the people's money. Second, after independence, for development of the country and its economy, banks had to give loan, but private banks were not giving. So we demanded this bank should be taken over by the government so that there is guarantee for the people's money and also lending for agriculture, employment generation, poverty reduction, then rural development, infrastructure, jobs, women empowerment, health. All these basic things were neglected, but these things became the priority sector after nationalization. So we played a big role in this struggle for demanding the banks to be nationalized. So we are very proud that in '69, for 20 years we fought, and ultimately we could achieve this nationalization. Today, people know the nationalized bank, they are very big. So this is our 2-pillar policy. Fight for the betterment of bank employees, fight for a pro-people banking system in our country. This is about All India Bank Employees Association, and because we have employees of all banks, so in Karnataka Bank also, our union is there. The name is All India Karnataka Bank Employees Association. It's a very old, 100-year-old private bank in our country, with headquarters in Mangalore only, a very traditional bank. And our union, 100% of the employees and officers, they are members of our union. There is only one union in Karnataka Bank. That is a very good thing. And these banks are very conservative banks. So by our struggle, we could achieve a lot of benefit for the bank employees in Karnataka Bank. And as he said, particularly the union was led by one Mr. P.R. Karan. He is from Mangalore only. He is already, most of you may be knowing him, also very popular man. For 50 years he was a leader. His health is not okay now, so he has stepped down. For 50 years, it's a record. He was continuously elected, re-elected unanimously by the employees of this bank, and he has done a human service to the union. And the Karnataka Bank Employees Association is one of the pride units of the All India Bank Employees Association. And to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee, 60 years, it's a very important occasion. Even individuals, we celebrate Sashtiyam Dambotri, 60 years. In a big way. So this union 60th year completion is a very big thing. And that too today, the government, the managements, they don't want union. So in that situation, surviving for 60 years and serving the people, it's a very good thing. So we have come here from All India Bank Employees Association. My colleague is Mr. Jainath. He is the General Secretary for the entire bank employees in Karnataka. Karnataka Pradesh Bank Employees Federation. He is basically from Indian Bank. He was earlier Workman Director in Indian Bank also. Now he is the General Secretary for the Karnataka Pradesh Bank Employees Federation. He is also the Joint Secretary for All India Association. So we have come here to greet our people and appreciate them, etc. So that is the background why we have come here. And having come, today we are also going to discuss certain issues which are confronting the banking industry and bank employees. Basically, banks, we are there to serve the people. Even when you come to the bank, you know, you want a good service, smiling service, quick service, efficient service, those things. If there is delay, you are also unhappy. So for serving the people, we need employees. That is a basic thing. Like a factory, there is a raw material to produce. Here to produce this service, the raw material is the number of people. But we are finding in all the banks, earlier when the technology came, computer came, management, they wanted to introduce technology. We are not against technology, in fact we welcome it because it was scientific improvement. But machine cannot completely replace the people. There can be an ATM, there can be a computer, all types of mobile banking, so many things are coming. Still, in our country, side by side, employees are also required to give service. But like a shortcut policy, they were giving machines, but they were not giving adequate people. So there is a lot of problem in giving service. Where 10 people were there, today we find in banks. You can see in Mangalore also, you go to any bank, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people are there, where 20 people were there. So the number of employees are coming down. With the result, we are not able to give service. And customers' expectation is also increasing. It is not the old type of customer. Now daily requirements are changing, so they are expecting more service. So machine alone cannot give that service. People also have to be there. So because of this, there is heavy shortage of staff in the banks, and employees are not able to give good service. So we have been demanding that to fill up. According to us, in these banks, more than 1 lakh vacancies are there, unfilled. Number one, there are a lot of young people who don't have good jobs, so they can easily be given job. Secondly, we need people to serve the customers. The number of customers in the bank is increasing day by day because the government is also forcing digital banking. So everybody has to have a bank account, everything. So we need people, and because of that, the employees are suffering, customers are not happy. So we have been demanding additional recruitment. But now the managements, if you recruit people, you have to pay salary. So now they are trying for a new method to give these permanent jobs on contract basis. Contract basis, people are given 5,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, whereas normal clerk will get 40,000 salary to begin with. So in the 40,000, they are able to, they want to give these jobs on contract basis for 10,000, 15,000. Similarly, peon job, it is also equally important. Earlier we used to deliver these statements at the home, but this peon will won't give. Now they are sending by this email, WhatsApp, like that. So even peon they don't want, clerk they don't want. Like that they are creating problem. So we have decided to fight these issues for adequate recruitment in the banks, in private banks, and also these government banks. And very shortly, our India Bank Employees Association meeting is going to be held, and we are forcing this outsourcing. Where we cannot do the job, okay, you outsource it, you bring machine. Customer service should be the ultimate objective. Reducing people is not the issue. If without people you can run the bank, you can run, it is not possible. So, on that, including strikes, we are going to organize. Next month we are going to meet and that program will come. Second, when we give service, number one, customer service on the spot, in the counter when you come, that's okay. But secondly, the cost of service, that's also, the cost of banking is also going up. That is because we are giving these services at some cost because we can afford it. Now when banks' income is coming down, they are increasing the banking cost, serving cost, say, for service charge. For everything banks are now levying service charge. If you see our cost book statement, you will find so many 36 rupees. What is it? Like that they are going on debiting. These are all earlier free. And now they are telling you have to go to the ATM for a card. They are giving a card. For them they are charging. And if you don't go to the ATM, they are charging. If you are given checkbook, they are charging. For service charges, suppose you are not keeping minimum balance, they are charging. Those who are having money, they will keep in the bank. So the service charges are increasing basically because the bank income is coming down. Why the income is coming down? Because the loans are not giving the return. When I give a loan, I should get the interest. That is my main income. Now that income is coming down. The loan income, interest income is coming down. That is because the bulk corporate loans, many of them are not repaying the loan. Normal people like you are also taking car loan, vehicle loans, housing loan, all these retail loans. In rural area we are giving agriculture loan. All these loans we are giving. Whereas the big people, industries, companies, they take loan and they are not repaying the money. And we have been fighting on this that because they are not repaying, the income of the bank is coming down. So we are demanding you take action on them. If suppose you take a housing loan, we have seen in banks, even during COVID time, people did not get salary, private, those who are working in private company. So they could not repay the housing loan installment. We have seen the banks have auctioned the house. They have taken CSD vehicles, like that we have seen during Corona time also. Whereas even today, when the big companies are not repaying, they are not, no action is being taken on them. On the other hand, now they have this insolvency bankruptcy code. The intention is, I will threaten you. If you don't repay the money, then I will declare you are a bankrupt. That was the intention. But what is happening is, so when the case goes before the insolvency bankruptcy court, then it is going to the court and they are auctioning the loan. Suppose some 40,000 crores loan we are given, it is auctioned, and somebody is buying it for 5,000, 10,000 crores, they are purchasing that. So that means instead of 40,000 crores, the bank is getting only 10,000 crores, 30,000 crores is the loss. So naturally to compensate the loss in income, they are increasing the service charges. So common people are paying the burden, are being burdened for the mistake of the big people. And this is increasing. Earlier government, now present government, we have seen continuously, deliberately big people are not. Now recently we have issued an open circular. How Adani? People say Adani is a very rich man. Everybody knows. 10 of his companies, they have purchased the loans from the banks at cheaper rate. Airport, harbour, the power, engineering, so many things. And banks are simply selling these loans without taking action. So just to benefit somebody, they are doing all these big companies. They are having money. They are having money. And they can easily get the money returned. Instead of their write-off and the provisions, Now haircut, compromise, sacrifice, some name they are giving. Ultimately, big people are not repaying the money, small people are being burdened. So we want to tell the people that this policy is not good. Why you want to burden the common people? Because the money, today we have 225 lakh crores of deposit in the bank. 225 lakh crores total deposits in the banks. And who is keeping this money? Ordinary people like you, small savings, then retired people, workers, all these people. It is not that if you will ask whether Ambani has kept any deposit in the bank, it is not that. Whether Adani has kept it, they are not kept. They are only taking loan. So the bulk of the savings is given by the common people. They are being burdened by more service charges. Whereas those who are getting the benefit of this money by taking loan, they are getting concessions. So this is not equitable. If they want loan, they should pay more interest and then take loan, and they should repay. Whereas common people who keep the money in the bank, for example, the deposit rate of interest, that should go further. There is an income tax on these deposits also. We are constantly requesting the government kindly give some concession, tax concession, so that people will keep the money in the this one. Increase the rate of interest, at least to cover inflation. If inflation is 10%, at least the minimum rate of interest should be 10%, so that at least your money value is the same. Whereas in savings account they have come to 3% now. So who will keep the money in the bank and savings? Or you keep it in fixed deposit, it is 6%, 6.7 by 7, not more than that. So it should be more than the rate of inflation. So the normal people who are the brain or the backbone of the bank by giving deposit in the bank, they are not benefited. On the other hand, they are being burdened by more service charges. Whereas those who get benefit by taking loan, they are being given all concession. That too at the big level. If somebody has taken an agriculture, a farmer has taken a tractor loan, they are confiscating the tractor. Or if somebody has taken a middle class person some housing loan, they are auctioning the house. So tough action at the bottom level, concession at the top level, burden for the depositors. We want to change it. This is not good. And so if India has to further develop, banks have a role. And so banks' policy also should be equitable. On the other hand, the government wants to privatize its banks, so we are opposing all those things. We want a pro-people, people-oriented banking policy. On that we have started a campaign. Now again, from this November, when the winter session of the parliament will start, we are again going to launch a national campaign. Tell the people. People are thinking, employees, we are not working in the banks, service is very poor, delay is there, like that. But one reason is no staff, enough staff is there. Number two, banks functioning is also changing. It is becoming big people. That should change. So this is the main thing that we are trying to inform our employees also, members also, and we will be launching campaign. In that we need the support of the press and in Mangalore particularly we have been always very... Today, after all this write-off, it's about 4 lakh crores. Total NPA is 4 lakh crores. But it is not the real figure because in the last 10 years, 10 lakh crores have been written off. So actually it is 14 lakh crore. Out of the 10 lakh crore they have given concession, they have written off. So net now they are telling it is 4 lakh crore. 4 lakh crore is a big amount. But officially in the parliament they will say today bad loan NPA is 4 lakh crore. But last 10 years they have given write-off by banks 10 lakh crores.
ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ AIB ಏನಾದರೂ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾ?
Yes. We are fighting, we are demanding you publish the name. What is the problem? Nothing is secret. Income tax, who is not giving income tax, it is this one. Everything is today public. Why this bank loan default is secret? What is the problem? Kingfisher Malaya is from your Karnataka only, Bangalore only. Simply he has taken money and run away. What is the problem in telling Malaya has taken this much money, is not repaid? What is that? Why it is secret? We are publishing. But government should publish. Why government is keeping quiet? One example only I am telling Malaya. So many names, including this other Ambani, Anil Ambani. He is also a defaulter. Why it should not be told to people? Whereas if some agriculture person, farmer, he has taken some jewel loan, you can see in local newspaper, so and so, son of so and so, grandson of so and so, he has taken the jewel loan for 20 lakhs. Like that they are putting with photo. Education loan. Young people have taken education loan. They are not repaid because they are not getting jobs. Their names are coming. Why the defaulter name cannot come? Big people. Ordinary people don't put, but big people. And they are not poor, they are rich. Even today, Malia is a rich man. He is living in London, not in a platform. He is in a palace. Why that money cannot come? Anil Ambani. He is not a poor man. Why his money should not come? Videocon. All of us know Videocon. Why that money should not come? He is a big man. Brother is an MP, like that they are telling. How many names we can tell? All defaulters are rich people.
Yes, the bank employees the responsibility.
No, we are not giving loan, madam. We are employees. It is given by the board, big loans. Manager can give loans, small loans, up to 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 1 crore, like that we have power.
Okay, employees 1 lakh.
If he is not able to repay the loan for genuine reason, then management should be considerate to that person. For example, I told you, you are giving loan 1 crore for housing.
Loans are not equal to small people.
That is another thing. That is also a reason. That's why not only agriculture. Small loans are being discouraged, whereas big loans are being encouraged. This also we are fighting. Banks are nationalized only to help the poor people, common people. That's an important point which you have
And
raised.
your responsibility is
No.
manager or
Not manager, the board.
Policies.
Policy.
Small loans. I'm asking you.
Small
about
loan
small
also, no, that's right, madam. The small loan, unless the head office will tell the manager give loan, he cannot give. Secondly, wherever even it is permitted, he is not given infrastructure. He should have infrastructure to give loan.
Before it was there, up to 10 lakh manager.
Yeah. Now see, for follow-up, there should be some person. Now there is no, I told you, shortage of staff. So with the result, manager is not giving loan now.
Sir, many banks merged.
When merger will come, I am very big, I can't manage. So I have to shrink it. In India, the banking density is much lesser. Even today, banks can expand. Within Karnataka, within your this Mangalore area, there are areas where there is no bank. So bank should expand in India. But they are shrinking. By merger, what has happened? After merger of the associate banks, State Bank of Mysore, etc., with the State Bank of India, 10,000 branches have come down. Similarly, Syndicate Bank and Canara Bank, both have the origin here only, big banks. Number of banks have come down. So merger is resulting in reduction of banking space. Whereas in India, we need banking expansion. So bank should expand, not consolidate. Merger means consolidation.
In that 1 lakh vacancy, what will be the